if I knew, I could set it up if I knew that. I'm sorry.
It's all right. All right, I think we're live. Hey, everybody, this is Stoner Morning Show, and this is all a parody. It's all fake.
Yep.
So don't get any weird ideas.
Yeah.
We're not promoting anything
weed
illegal. We're not promoting anything illegal in any states, but we are proponents of legal cannabis where legal.
In our state.
Right.
Yeah.
And also encouraging people to get it legalized wherever they are.
And talk about it. Just normalize it.
And we're over 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm 19.
If anyone asks. Well then, Jay, you have to leave.
I gotta go.
Because
guys.
We're not doing.
I got fake ID.
Hey, so what do you guys think? Right? Say it got legal, or let's say it was never illegal. The discussion was that weed is now currently legal everywhere. It's never not been legal, but for some reason, people are starting to say, like, all right, this is an absurd. This is an extreme and probably negative. Actually, we could go with something not so negative, like alcohol. At a certain point, alcohol was never stopped for minors drinking it, right?
Right.
And then all of a sudden they realize, hey, this is probably a bad choice. At what age? Where do you guys think that you could legally? Where would it be? Where would the line be
for weed?
For consumption. If you had a child, if it had been never illegal. It's never illegal. So the world is it's never illegal, and you have a child. Where would you tell them to suggest smoking weed, or prohibit them from smoking weed? How old?
15, maybe.
I imagine it would be like when I visited Ireland. You'd see like the 4-year-old smoking cigarettes next to the mother.
Oh, that's too
really.
That's too. No, I would.
You're saying that's
no. That's
16.
That's what the question is. It's not like
16.
What is some Irish mom letting her kid do?
Yeah. Are you an Irish mom, Jay, that we don't know about?
Yes.
All right.
On the side. My side hustle.
You know what?
But like the real answer, the real answer though is like it depends on the kid, kind of. You know what I mean? If it's a kid with seizures, like they're probably going to do it. Well, they're not going to smoke it, but they'll probably be doing it by like they're 5 or 6. But I don't know, 15.
Oh well, that would probably be maybe pot brownies or something, right? Like there's a family in Seattle that was giving pot brownies to their kid before it was legal over there, and it actually really helped them out. I remember seeing the kid was like hitting his head. He was very.
Are you talking about Charlotte?
I thought it was up in Portland area or Seattle. I don't know. I wouldn't know though. It's just a general story. But I bet you there's dozens or more of people like that.
Well, what's your answer?
My actual answer would be older. I would actually go like 25 to 28, somewhere around there. Not to make it illegal, but a strong education in the fact that like the brain isn't fully developed yet. And so like if you're starting about altering your brain, I think whenever you prohibit something and make it become a novelty, then it has an attraction, especially to the youth. So I would try to make it more about education of like why it wouldn't be a good idea, but also why it's healthy. In fact, if they promote it as healthy, they would probably be less inclined to do it, because at that time, so many people are attracted to self-destruction. So I wonder, but that's what I would go for that. Like mid-20s, I think you're going to experiment no matter what in college. So you just try to take the novelty out of it. But if I had a kid, I would strongly encourage to get heavily involved in weed around 22, 23. And just experiment lightly before that. But then when you go in fully,
there's one small flaw in your thesis, though.
Yes.
What's that?
I was waiting for the small flaw in my thesis.
Oh no, yeah. I'm sorry. We have the internet thing. It's that if you're living in a society where things aren't being made illegal, you probably would have less inclination of like teenagers being self-destructive because
that's
you know what I mean, like because everything else
because nothing's looked like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that comes from like weird indoctrination of like do this, don't do this, like this is you
Sure,
know what I
sure,
mean.
sure.
You're bad, you're good, that kind of.
Yeah,
Which there needs to be a bit.
Like Alex P. Keaton in that '80s TV show, and he became conservative because his parents were such hippies.
Right, right.
Interesting. I thought you were
Let's
going to say the flaw in my theory, in my hypothesis, or my thought would be that the kid's brain isn't already developed enough, so he's not going to listen to me anyway, no matter what I
yeah,
say.
that depends on the kid too, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, we should get kids to run these kinds of experiments on.
I would love it. Listen,
Yeah.
if I wasn't a comedian,
Give us some
I
foster
would.
kids.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, just if we could just for a month, it's like leasing a kid. That's great. Foster kids, that should be how it's sold. Is like leasing a kid. You get to
If
lease
we
a kid,
had-
see if you like it.
If we had a group of foster kids for just one summer, and we got
Yes.
them to get like, if we got a car from a junkyard, and we were like, all right, we gotta get this ready for a demolition derby in like 3 months. Like we don't know anything about cars. Like we don't either. So we're gonna have to like really learn. Like it would be a beautiful bonding. Like they would leave the summer changed, and then we would put them back into the foster system and
and they'll just we'll forget about them, and they'll just remember us forever.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they be our dads?
Yeah.
Hey, I like that you had an activity ready for them, because otherwise I wouldn't know what to do. I thought we were going to start giving them weed. I thought we were going to start. Hey, if you had a bunch of kids for a summer, would you smoke them out then? Yeah, if they're not my kids, yeah, sure, I'll experiment with them.
Well, also, I've had it in the back of my mind for years. Any opportunity I have to get in a demolition derby, like I'll do it.
So that's really before, because I kind of want to hear, because that's interesting. I would say though, because you say about feeding kids weed and other different mind altering substances. If I was not a comic, I thought about this heavily. If I was to go back at 20 years and say, all right, you're never going to do comedy, you're not going to perform or anything like that, what, Lex, do you want to do now? What would be your profession? Yeah. I would really want to be somebody who gives magic mushrooms to chimps to see if they advance into a more organized and intelligent community.
Like a guy who runs like an Ocean's 11 crew who breaks into zoos and just doses chimps to see what happens.
That's way more exciting. Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, I would think for sure if we stay in a legal and like more organized and controlled setting. I was with a whole bunch of bonobo chimps, and we're like smoking on the regular, and then all of a sudden one of them beats me in like a video game. Then yeah, I'm going on a crusade to go to all the zoos and give and get all those chimps. Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be advanced stages of me.
We have a box that we have to open that somebody sent us. But before we do that, like this might be too much of a conversation. Also, I have to like leave pretty soon and do like job.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Yeah.
But all right.
It went right on my window.
Do you think within like 3 generations, which is like 100 years?
Yeah.
Maybe that's not enough, but all right. When do you think at some point an animal
chimps are going to be,
an animal that lives on Earth is going to start talking? Dogs
communicating with us.
Or primates or something. Like when do you think it's going to happen? Like within 3 generations, which is 100 years, within like 6 generations, with it like 200 years?
On the regular, would it well, I would say like 20 years ago with Coco the gorilla, but because they were like, we have chimps that sign now. And we have and we have African gray birds that don't just know and say and repeat color, but actually make decisions. Like can have minor conversation, but fully formed thoughts. There's a philosophical. All right. So the quick answer would be sometime in the next. I would think in the next 100 years, right?
Wow.
I do think
it's possible.
There's a dog that has full conversations right now that's been trained to have full conversations by using those touch things
buttons
and everything.
Buttons.
That could
outside toy.
That could easily easily be faked. That you could just teach your dog to hit a bunch of things and then you edit in the sound. You know what I mean? But I mean,
Yes, agreed.
Right.
I think you're right.
I'm calling Dolphins in 2030.
oh fuck, that soon?
2030.
It would happen. Like, I don't think it would happen with any warning. You know what I mean?
What wouldn't happen when?
I don't think it would happen with much warning. You know what I mean?
No.
It'd be like it would be a switch.
Yeah, it'd be out of the blue, and then this guy's having a press conference. The Dolphins having a press conference.
Yeah,
They
right.
just call him in. Yeah. I wonder though. Shit, I know you got to go. So and then, damn it. All right, forget it. We'll just move on.
You know what? It's not my fault that I have to do this now.
No, I know.
I mean,
I know
like,
it's not.
I'm
of
mad.
course not.
I'm mad too that I have to leave. We had so much fun last night. We were hanging out with neighbor friends. We were on my roof. We're gonna be on the roof tonight after the show. Oh yeah, we should.
Oh, that's great.
Jeez.
Yeah. We'll do it again, but tell everybody before you leave.
All right, Jason, you talk about it. I'll find the link.
Oh,
wait, while you're doing that, Jay, don't talk about it.
Midtown Manhattan.
Okay.
We're gonna have vendors there. We're gonna have raffles. We're gonna have merch. To give out. We're gonna
comedians.
We're gonna have comedians.
Artists. Yeah.
We're gonna have
people selling weed.
Yeah. It's gonna be a whole scene.
It's a community that we're developing.
Yes.
Yeah. And
it's a good time. And it's already happened once, and it was great.
Tickets left on Eventbrite. If anyone's watching this now and they're in New York and they want to get a ticket to something funny tonight,
if you think it's fun, but 2 out, we got 2, right? I think that's it.
We have what?
2 tickets that are or no?
No,
10? We'll say 10.
No, we've sold like 40.
No, I'm saying sold out. How many teams sold out?
We have like less than 15 tickets left. Less than 15 tickets left.
Yeah. So it's going. And it sold out last time. Standing room only. We'll try to slip you in. Real quick. Shorty, you want to be here for the boxing?
I want to hear it. Yeah.
All right. All right. So let's do that. And then I'll ask the question later after you do. I got a question for you.
Hey, show the whole back. Yeah.
So where's it from? Where's this from?
So this is from our friends in upstate New York. They wanted to remain a little.
Oh, it's anonymous.
Anonymous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So they'll be at the show tonight, and they make these beautiful boxes that are filled with cannabis goodies. So we're gonna get to it right now.
Yeah.
My Uber driver. By the way, New York is awesome. Uber drivers bring you drugs. Just saying.
Cannabis.
Be careful.
Are you able to tilt the camera or no?
I'm gonna.
He's opening the.
I'm using a knife and I'm swinging it now.
Yeah.
No, I know.
This is not.
I knew that.
Knife safety. That was just like Jason did like 5 things wrong with the knife there.
It's all fake though. It's a fake knife.
Here, hold it like up, up this and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready?
We don't know what's in here.
I think it's right here.
There's cannabis products.
Can you see? I'm not even looking.
Whoa!
Oh my goodness! It's like a giant brick.
It's tissue paper.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, it's tissue paper.
There's a big thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tear into it. I'm not one for. Holy shit!
Oh fuck!
Holy shit! That's a lot of shit.
Jeez, dude.
All right. Yeah.
I never miss New York more than you when you guys get cool shit.
Yeah, there's
Alien OG in here.
There's a lot of.
Go ahead, keep going. Well, do it. It's an unboxing.
Dude.
Wow, they gave us a lighter and a pipe.
I need a new pipe.
This is holy shit. There's pre-rolls in here. My God, this is like awesome...
There's a tray in here too.
Jeez.
Just stop.
Light up. Stop. All right. Well, do it one.
Baby?
Sorry. Yeah. Well, individually, just to give you guys advice, why don't you light up one of those pre-rolls so you guys can share that right now, and then talk about what else you got.
Edibles.
You can't smoke before you. All right.
Well, I have a business.
No, I know you got to go. Yeah. I don't count. Listen, you're not in business until you're high, doing business.
Keep calm.
All right. What do you got? What's that, Jay?
That's a pin. That's keep calm and get high.
Oh, cool.
There's a shitload of shit in here.
Yeah.
Well, go on. Keep telling me.
Some Mack.
We're gonna raffle
purple cookies.
We're gonna raffle one of these off tonight.
Yeah. Someone's gonna be able to win one of these
or buy some. If you're there. If you didn't win,
So all those little bags are little strains, right? Are different strains to try?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Two pre-rolls?
We got some Chem Diesel, which is a sativa, labeled on there. Two of them in each.
Two. Oh yeah.
And then we have some. Oh, this is my favorite. Some Blue Dream.
I love it.
Yeah.
You know what? It became my favorite weed like 6-7 years ago, and it hasn't been overtaken yet.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, Gorilla Glue number 7. Forget it. Maybe I was wrong. Gorilla Glue number 7 is needed. Very nice. I like that sticker.
Yeah. We got some lemon Kush here from. That's some dabs.
Something for
I like my dabs. It's Dabs Day, by the way. Did you know that?
Something for the 15-year-olds
Yes.
in Lex's hypothetical weed was never illegal situation.
No, this is the coolest tray ever too.
Yeah.
Check that tray out.
Mini tray. I don't have a mini tray.
You
I like
do?
it.
You do now?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do, Sean.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, let me introduce you to your mini tray.
All right.
Buddy.
I might be back before noon. All right. Love you.
By the way,
yeah.
I love you, Sean.
Yeah.
Have a great time. I hope it goes well with business.
Yeah.
If I was named Trey, if my name was like Trey, and I had a son named Trey,
Yeah.
I would call him Mini Trey.
Mini tray.
Like you got, yeah. I call him. Hey, there's my little Trey.
Yo, if you guys are listening, my friends from Buffalo, the Buffalo girls, this is the coolest thing I've gotten in a long time. Thank you so much.
We do
We're gonna tear it up tonight, and we're gonna have so much fun.
I don't even get to smoke it, but I am excited and happy for you guys.
Lex,
and
I will
very
smoke
thankful.
both of them, one for me and one for you.
Well, why don't you smoke one joint right now just to get us in the mood? And I'll say, like, anybody who's watching in the community, like, we'd love to do this more. The unboxing and promoting of anybody with cannabis. It's especially if you guys are doing it in a ethical and.
Potted hit us up from their Amazon store, and they sent us a whole bunch of weed themed socks to hand out at the show. So
I saw that on I saw that on Instagram. Can you put that closer to the camera and show what's the pattern on that?
So this one is called White Widow, and there are spider webs all over it.
Okay. From Strand White Widow. Okay.
We have some Pineapple Express, and it's got a little pineapple trains on there.
Yeah. Cool.
And then some Purple Haze.
Very cool.
Yeah. So we're gonna give people free socks tonight. How you feel about that?
Man, I love socks. I honestly, I mean, it sucks because in one way, and I don't know how people do it, but I love being generous and giving stuff away. But then part of me also wants to just keep everything that you just had.
Yeah.
Everything that you put out, I want to put on my body and smoke and put inside my body.
These girls, besides all of these, there's a whole. Let's talk about this for a second. In Buffalo, New York, there's this whole culture happening right now, like cannabis culture, with growers, and it's very female empowered. It's such a beautiful thing to see over the internet.
Yes.
I can't wait to get to go visit all these.
And it's female empowered. These are the people that you're interacting with, or is there an actual community of women that have kind of banded together? Is it one company?
There's a community of women that banded together, and they all, I do believe, got the mayor of Buffalo, which is another female elected, or helped got her elected, and she is very into the whole cannabis movement and what it's doing and helping. So
what do you think? Do you think? Because I mean, from my understanding, the most of the society is patriarchal. I would say this world is patriarchal, but from my understanding of how a lot of the Native American tribes were set up, and say older, and when you could break a society down into tribes, it sounds like from my studies of history or that it was a lot more matriarchal, you know?
Mhm.
And for some reason, I think it's just the freedom of that, you know, like my experience with cannabis individually as to like when I was younger, and you were there with me when I was younger, we drank a lot. And
Yeah.
it was very like boisterous and aggressive, and now we're older, and that came with, I think, the calming down is a bit of maturity. But I also think cannabis, I mean, for me, I know cannabis helped me out a lot in, you know, perspective of life and just chilling out and thinking about other people's perspectives. I wonder if it'll help us to get into a more balanced way. You know, one of the things that I really like about a matriarchal society and women being at worst involved in, at worst, at best, no, it would be at worst, I guess is how that saying goes. I'm talking about like them being way more included in the conversation of like how things are run. I don't think it's nearly where it needs to be for a society to run in a healthy manner, right?
It's fucking 2021 already. You know, we need women presidents. We need all that. This is, you know.
Right. Can we go? Let's go. We're gonna go a little edgy, Jay. Can I ask you some edgy
Sure.
questions?
Sure.
All right, and let's you know, be smart. I don't want to be idiotic, but let's also prefix it like that. We are men that are idiots, right?
I am.
As a man,
I'm the biggest idiot you'll know.
yeah, and specifically in this case, because what I want to ask you about is like if you what is your perceived, what would be like a real problem for you being a woman?
Being a woman?
Yeah. Like, what's the first thought? Like, to me, honestly, as stupid as it is, like, I'm getting fatter. When I got fat, I get the boobs, and I would think under boob sweat would be like just really make my day uncomfortable. You know?
Judgment.
I mean, that's assuming that I have a nice memories, you know. But maybe it might be that I have small titties,
Dude,
and then
I
and
have
now,
big titties and they get sweaty, man.
yeah, I know, I noticed.
I gotta wear a t-shirt, and by big titties I mean my chest is
Yeah.
a little.
And when he
bit.
says he has to wear a t-shirt, it means the police make him wear it at the beach. How's that joint?
This is really good.
Now, have you smoked the joints that have been rolled in like Keith?
I have. I've not. None of these are, but yes.
No. What do you think? What's your thoughts about those?
I just it just gets you really wasted. Yeah. I actually had a blunt that was rolled with Keef on the top. It's fun. If it was up to me, I think it's a little too much. Like I'd like to do it myself, but
To roll it yourself?
yeah,
You want to answer that?
I'd roll it
Answer that,
myself,
Jay.
like with a bunch of friends around. But to go
Yeah.
out and like buy like just a $30 blunt and be like, oh, yeah, I'd rather spend $30 on weed and smoke that all myself.
Yeah. Anytime you're giving away the work, but I mean, man, they're pretty awesomely crafted. I mean, that's what's nice. I do think it's like one of those things where it's just nice to just be able to pull it out. That's what I would do with pre-rolls.
We're gonna have
them.
Someone at the show. They're going to have a table that'll be rolling. I do believe rolling blunts and like really pretty blunts and stuff for people who buy stuff.
You know what would be really dope is like down the road, but it would have to be an expensive ticket. But like, say somebody, I would go to a comedy show. If it was like, if I went to a comedy show and I knew I was going to walk away with like $50 or $100 worth of weed to do that, you know what I'm saying? Like, or say that box, how much, I mean, that box looks fucking expensive, what they sent. But imagine if you went to a show, and then you just had, got to your seat and there was just a pre-roll joint just sitting there. So you just know everybody's smoking, everybody's smoking in the show, at the show. Man, that seems cool. All right, Jay, you didn't answer the question. You're a female.
Judgment, like constantly people walking around and looking at me and judging me for how I look and everything. Maybe that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
And as a dude now, like, I mean, I don't know, because
I catch myself all the time looking and not judging, just being like, she's
judging.
pretty.
Oh,
I'm a single guy.
sexualizing.
You gotta, you know.
I think that's natural as a human. It's when you objectify the woman that's when that's all you see. But I mean, also, like I said, I'm an idiot. I think that's true. I also think,
of course, I'm a guy. There's that little guy in the back of my head going like, yeah,
sure, yeah. But I think that's instantaneous. Like, you know, Alan Watts, the British philosopher who's very into like Zen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, maybe this is Ram Dass, but Ram Dass, yeah, I think it's Ram Dass. Ram Dass literally, who's like, we break people down. This is male, female. We break people down into two things: fuckable and unfuckable. He didn't say it as crass as that, but it's instantaneous. And then after that, it's like how strong of an attraction. So and so I think females do that as well, but we could be obtuse about it. We can really like look at a girl or a woman, hopefully a woman, not a girl, and say like, you know, and then just go farther than, you know, it's really nice that the way she put eyeliner on herself, right? But yeah, I know what you're saying. I do know what you're saying, and I think we dress as men. We like, I'll dress up and try to be not better looking, but I also don't usually have a guy walk in and go, oh wow, that guy looks really good. I could tell if a man is handsome, but I don't like analyze their.
Dude, if
you
look good.
Sure. But I mean, how often, like, I'll just go and I'll see like, Jay, sweet shirt, right? And that's about it. Yeah. But I don't go, but I think from my understanding of how women have educated me on stuff is they get a lot of shit and pressure from other females, or more so in that judgment end, you know? But I mean, obviously, yeah, men who just, and I've been there too. When you just see a woman, you're just like, oh my God, that girl's stunning. But now let me ask you this: as a guy, now this is go back into guy brain. When you see a girl and you're attracted to her, just to educate the women on your thought process, you're not going into some graphic sexual action or anything. You're just like, that girl is attractive.
No. Not yet.
Not yet. Right. How far do you have to go? Like, I never. And not anymore. I mean, maybe when I was a teenager, I'd go into depth of like sexualizing somebody. But
yeah, but I think it's different for you. You're in a relationship already, and so.
No, but I'm saying just as a general,
you get that all the time. I got to go for those like spurts where I get stuff, and then I'm like, so I think I get that whole.
You get stuff, and then you get spurts.
Yeah.
That's when you finally get the spurt.
I get the spurt.
Yeah, I guess so. Do you think? Shit, I really want to drink right now, Jay, but I don't want to leave you alone.
I got it.
Well, all right. Let me ask you a question, but then I want to hear your answer. All right. Hum a song from hum the first song that you think of. What song was that? I didn't catch it.
That was Oh Susanna.
Oh, that's what you went with? All right.
No, it was the national
anthem. You just made it up? Oh, okay. All right. I didn't hear okay. I forgot what we were talking about. Shit. Oh, man, you're almost done with that joint.
Sexes and sex.
Yeah.
This is just dude talk right now. Locker room talk.
But it's not. I feel like this is pretty advanced locker talk. I hope.
This is the bathroom talk where you're smoking a joint.
Yeah. What bathrooms are you in?
In high school? No, never. You never smoked?
I never smoked
in high school in the bathroom.
No. I smoked a joint
on the toilet and blew it up into the ceiling.
Oh,
No.
I never smoked. I smoked a joint twice in high school. Once, uh, once it was right before I was playing basketball, and a guy called me over. One of my friends called me over, let me smoke some weed, and then I had a great game, but I honestly didn't feel high at all. And then another time I
You had a
smoked,
great game,
and
though,
that
right?
I
So
did have a great game
do
playing
you think it
basketball.
was
So
performance enhancing?
yeah, I didn't know until like 10, 15 years later, but the next time I got high and played basketball, I was also amazing. And I'm pretty certain that if I was smoking weed as a teenager, I would have been in the NBA. But I'm pretty, I'm pretty certain. I'm pretty certain I would have been in the NBA if I smoked weed as a teenager. But I'm not advising that for any teenagers. I already said my
I remember
thoughts on.
playing basketball with you guys once or twice. Yeah, I'm like the most uncoordinated, like tall white guy you'll ever meet. I mean, you could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's pretty rough. You're pretty rough, but you're not unathletic. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say, but I mean, you just yeah. I never, even though as much as you were one of my best friends and we hung out so much, I never put you in that sports category of like when I'm doing sports, let me call Jake Kunis up.
Hey, let me. So our friend wants to come in.
Yeah,
I'll send them the Zoom link real quick. So
cool.
just
Do you
give
want to tell me
me
who
one
the
second.
friend is, or is it a surprise?
Let's leave it as a surprise. Give me 1 second. Yes, you're welcome, Samantha. Oh, that's it. You guys have it. There you go. I guess Sean sent it on his travels.
Okay, cool. Where do you think Sean is right now? Do you think he's in a subway, or do you
No,
think he's on
Sean is
taxi?
such a walker, dude.
Yeah.
That dude, and out of nowhere, he'll just like start power walking. Like I'll be moseying at like the upstate pace, just hanging out, taking in the scenery, breathing, the chlorophyll harbins or whatever, and then out of nowhere, Sean will just be like,
Get
and
going.
he's just like,
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, yo, wait, where you going, man?
People say that to me in Bangkok, like, let's just take the train, and I'm like, dude, that's like the equivalent of like 5 New York City blocks. What are we doing? Just walk. I'm like, I don't get it. Yeah, walking is great, Jay. Get to walking.
Yeah, I walk all the time. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
but no.
I run around in the woods, though.
Put some purpose in it, man. Get that heart rate up. All
I
right.
got my dog. We run around and look for deer in the woods and he looks after them. And then that's it. Oh my God. So sativa's so nice.
Yes.
Sativa really gets me like talking and like giggly. I think if I smoked that Blue Dream though, I probably would have just sunk back into the couch and be like, "What?"
Blue Dream is not a knockout. That's a hybrid. It's a hybrid, and it's sativa heavy. Blue Dream is sativa heavy.
Yo, we got some Durban Poison.
I don't know. Is that good?
Durban Poison is like one of the original strains from Africa, I do believe. But maybe the person coming on can tell us. We'll see.
All right.
So you're co-host, if you see anybody come in, I'm really stoned again.
Oh, are you not a co-host?
I've been super high since last night. Someone brought hash to the party, and I was like, "Yeah, let's do this." And then the rest of the night was just hash. Mm-hmm. Lots of talking on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
I like talking on roofs.
Yes.
Do you watch any sports now? Do you have that as a hobby?
I watched hockey again, and I was just like so sad because it's not like hockey like I remember, and I finally can like say it. Like I miss old time hockey.
Of like what, fighting and stuff like that?
Yeah,
or
like just the dirtiness of the hockey too. But I know it's like you're a professional athlete and everything, but it was always that's part of the charm of hockey too.
Yeah, I guess it was sold like that. I know football when I was younger,
But that's just the
and
hockey I
definitely,
grew up with.
yeah. Same with me, basketball and football. Football was way more violent, and you would always have like the best hits at the end of the week, which they'll still show, but I don't think it's glorified as much. Basketball, I was a Knicks fan in the '90s. Those guys were, and before them, they were like there was the Pistons banging. Like it was an aggressive, and it was a man sport. Now basketball is like you could be 18 and awesome because you don't. Yeah, it's interesting. I actually like. I'm allowed. I'm fluid with the times now. I've come to enjoy it as much as I used to. Really like somebody getting like that hard nosed stuff. I've embraced because also if I was an athlete, I wouldn't want to be the dude who gets just knocked retarded for the rest of my life. I wouldn't want to be. So like I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan. What's funny? And I talked to an other guy about this, an older guy who's a sports fan, and I've become way more of a fan of the individual person than a team. Yes. Though I do have my teams, and those are probably the players that I really love.
So
individual people.
Who are your top fan of right now?
As just players in general?
Players. Like I know you follow football and you follow basketball a lot more than I do.
Well, football, you don't get the individual as much. So I think that's one of the reasons why I do like it. But obviously, the people who are highlighted are like the quarterbacks. I'm a Giants fan, but I really like Saquon Barkley. Even though he hurt last year. I really like watching him. But like probably like I really like Aaron Rodgers. I really like him. He's the Green Bay Packers quarterback. And I think that he seems like a cool, fun dude who's a consummate professional, Basketball wise, like, man, like somebody, I have a real respect for people who like come at it in a professional way. So like LeBron James, I think the way he like treats his body as his meal ticket and I think he's a beast. But individually, like who I like to watch play,
yeah,
I really like Joel Embiid, and also now the NBA finals are happening right now, and I really like, even though he seems like a bit of a dick as a person, but again, consummate professional. Chris Paul, who's on the Phoenix Suns, he's been a point guard for like 16 years. He played for the Clippers for a long time, and this is the first time he made it to the finals, and just his style of play is not flashy or exciting, but he's the smartest player in basketball, and the way he handles himself, I really like. But the other dude on the other team, Giannis Antetokounmpo, I can't say his name because it's Greek, but Giannis. Anyway, the dude he's just massive. He's so big and so strong and so fast and physically gifted. And man, I don't know. I think it's just like watching somebody that physically gifted do stuff. I'm just like in awe. I'm in awe of him. Joel Embiid. I am still a fan of like the big, super tall guys, but if they're athletic, so like Joel Embiid,
so lumber and they could like jump over a bunch of guys. And yeah.
The thing about Giannis, Jay, if you ever watch him,
you're running back or is he
No, he's a basketball player. He's a center. He's, I guess, technically a center, but the way basketball's evolved, nobody really has particular play, but just a kind of position on the court where you stand. But this guy's the tallest person he's like 7'1" or 7'2". And Jay, but when he dunks, you'll see it, and I know. All right. But when it looks like he's going to do a layup, he looks like he's like 3-5 feet away from the basket, and then all of a sudden he'll just dunk it. It's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Good job, by the way, on getting it.
She just went, Tara, come back. Or T, come back. We'll edit that and post.
We don't edit. I didn't see it popped up so quick, and you were on it. I couldn't do anything about it.
Sorry, Tara. T. I'm really stoned. This is nice. I love feeling
it only popped up for a second.
Go back on.
Right.
Watch it this time.
So I was thinking, Jay, so we don't usually have guests, but it's just you and me today, except for we'll be joined later by somebody, but it's just you and me talking.
Dion will stop by later.
You want to talk about? Can we talk about our childhood? We don't really have anything planned.
Yeah.
Can I just ask? I'll ask you questions about. Let me ask you when you were a kid. How early was it when you smoked weed?
16.
How about regularly?
Regularly? No, not till I was like 20. My ex was a heavy smoker, and then I just actually became a heavy smoker.
If anybody didn't know, both of us grew up Jehovah's Witnesses, conservative Christian cult, and it was prohibited. So were you scared to get caught? Do you like we were we were in groups of best friends. Like I know we're not best, but we're like hanging out all the time. You're in the group of best friends. Like I think I never classify somebody as like my best friend, but you're one of my best friends of all time.
I got lots of best friends.
But we never smoked weed until we were like 30s together. So were you scared to share that?
Yeah.
Do you think I would have ratted you out?
No, I don't think any of my friends would. That's why I hung out with my friends, because we always, I had my core group of friends that we always did stuff with, and
Yeah, but we would just drink.
Ran around going, drinking and hopping into people's pools, half naked.
Yeah.
Like
it was like we're still doing illegal stuff and stuff that would get us in trouble, but for some reason that was a line that was really, that's funny.
Remember going out to the golf course and like streaking the golf course, and then jumping in the golf course lake and fooling around with the fountain, and then the fountain almost like electrocuting us, shit like that.
Yeah, constantly. That wasn't just. I mean, that was one epic night, but like that wasn't like I did that multiple times. I've been naked on a golf course at midnight multiple times in my life.
So T, you can come on anytime you want. I know you're on here. What's up? Turn on your mic.
Hey,
I can't see. Oh, good.
Hey guys.
No. Thank
there
you
she is.
so much.
Yeah, no problem, man. Did you like it?
Oh my God, I'm still liking it. I'm liking it all over the place right now.
He's in the process of liking it.
If I could,
but it looks amazing.
The whole Mack down, I would.
Yeah, dope. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
You guys have so much cool stuff, like content going on, like this whole Buffalo scene. That's going on.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Buffalo's wild right now. It's like the wild, wild west. I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. That's what it is. There's a lot of
all of New York is going that way. I have the opportunity to go work for someone in the next couple of months, so it's going to be a really cool experience, like total experience points, and just like life, and just having
sure.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to work with pot all day,
Right?
Yeah, right.
Oh my God, I'm already. My brother already grows it like up at our house and everything, and we have the the legal 12 plants and everything, and it's just right outside in the open. You pull down the driveway, and there's 12 plants like that are like just about budding right now.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
What kind of strains?
Chocolate frosted souffle, runts. And you can check them out. New York Growalition on Instagram.
Okay.
So,
cool. Yeah, check that out. Yeah, Buffalo's a weird scene right now. I mean, nobody's ever seen anything like that in Buffalo, but I guess it's all in New York.
Lex is in Bangkok right now.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So I can't smoke cool stuff.
Fair. I'm sorry to hear
I can
that,
smoke.
man.
I only
be cured.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, exactly. It's all brickweed and garbage, or massively expensive to import. So, what Jay was mentioning, and I'm so curious to know because I'm not around America and New York when you guys are finally legal. Is what like and he was kind of hinting at if I'm wrong, you could like just say move on. But if you're involved in the community of like not just legalizing, but like what are some of the processes or like problems that you've seen, or things that like maybe the community could be educated on as to like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? As like it's new, so I don't even know the questions to ask.
Well, I definitely think that people are very loud about what they're doing. I think it's important to remember that it is still illegal to sell. It's really exciting and everybody's amped up, but we still have to be very careful because, you know, one wrong step and it's not going to be pleasant, I would imagine. I hope that nobody worries about it, but it also puts a lot of safety issues out there too, because
Sure.
I mean, if we're having an event or something, we're certainly going to be a little hesitant about calling the police. So if there's any issues, we're kind of at risk. So we started kind of discussing safety concerns and stuff as like working together with other people who do events. Because myself and 5 others started a women's cannabis cooperative in Buffalo. Just to kind of help women get into the industry, because it's kind of scary, honestly.
Yeah. So when you say helping them get in, would be the business aspect of it, or just the community in general? Tell me more about that.
Learning everything.
Well, yeah. So I mean, education is super important, especially if you're going to be the most informed in your you know, neighborhood, whatever it is, in your you want to make sure that you're most educated. And regarding the cooperative, it was a lot about kind of process improvement. I think it's quality control and making sure things are, you know, labeled properly and there's you know, milligrams that are correct and accurate. So we want to, you know, help with these women who really just want to get into the business, kind of set them up for success even before, you know, whatever they're doing, we can help their processes at least. We have a bookkeeper, Canna bookkeeper. She's very, very intelligent. She's a great.
I follow her now on Instagram, so yeah.
Yeah, she's super smart. She certainly was a huge asset to all of the different companies. We have there's 5 of us, or I'm sorry, 6 of us. We each have kind of a different skill set, and we all kind of come from maybe corporate backgrounds or some other way, but those skills certainly do transition into cannabis too.
Yeah. Is there anything that you think as a guy, like that because a lot of times this is the one thing that I know as like when I'm comparing myself to say my sisters is that women are aware of a lot of other things that men just don't have to be aware of, you know? So the easiest example would be like me traveling alone in Thailand. I was hyper aware that like my sisters wouldn't just be able to walk down the street and feel comfortable, as comfortable as I would. So using that as an extreme, what would be something in this community that maybe I might not be aware of that you could make me aware of, that I can be better human?
I wouldn't say you specifically, but as a
no, that's right.
As a female, I think that you know, I get kind of bullied a lot. Are we allowed to swear on this show here?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Please.
It's kind of like a penis measuring contest when it comes to weed. You know, it's like it's constantly like, oh, I got really good stuff for more expensive, but you know, I think that's a common issue. And I mean, honestly, buying as a woman, there's you know, a lot of situations where there's an expectation or an obligation or something. And I think that's probably, you know, something that women often experience. I've certainly experienced. I mean, I'm pretty gay and I still like have to say weird shit to me, but it's like a challenge because cannabis has historically been very male oriented.
Well, I mean, especially before, I would think that, like, say, if it's in a black market, then the physical danger would be making women less prone to selling. But now that it's legal, obviously those situations will be less than it was before. But what do you mean? What do you mean? what do you mean? But like this, sorry, again, I'm dumb. What about like, what do you mean by the expectations of buying? Like when you say buying weed as a female, what would be the difference? What do you mean?
There's certainly different situations where like you may be hit on or, and if you don't accommodate or don't receive that well, your price is definitely going up. Like it would just
so ridiculous. Yeah.
One of the reasons I got everyone together to start this women's cannabis cooperative was to have a safe place for women to consume, women to, talk about weed, be educated about weed. I really thought that was important because most people don't want to ask questions.
Yeah. Do you find men just like doing the mansplaining bullshit of like talking down to you a lot when you're talking about cannabis in this type of conversation, as opposed to just like this shit is good or how high are you? It's more about.
I would say in life in general, it's not men, but it's toxic masculinity. Not all men, because that's not fair. I have some very close friends that are men, but
sure.
There is a certain toxic masculinity that kind of aligns up with cannabis historically. And well, at least in my experience.
No, but this is like, honestly, like this is what I'm talking, like I'm so interested in, especially in that. I'm interested in other people's perspective all the time. So that's why, and before you came on, me and Jay were talking about it where we were just saying like, I wonder if
female perspective.
Yeah. But like like say in the overall arcing sense of like the world where we definitely live in a patriarchy, but there were historically more societies that were matriarchal. So the first one that came to mind before was like the Native Americans, and they had a lot more tribes who were matriarchal. It seems like the farther you go back into like when we get into like a tribalism, there were more tribes who were matriarchal, and it seemed like they had pretty good societies going on. And I see, at least from my perspective, but I don't know if it's just because of maturity. That's what I was saying, of like me getting older and not being such a dumb fuck. And also, I mean, I do think even though it's slow, society is getting better, or at least making an attempt to. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if it's me or if it's just the world or if it's me smoking weed that has said like the people that I'm around seem like they're a lot less of at least they're aware of their toxicity or those things that are problematic. But I don't know. What do you think in my dumb diatribe?
Well, I would say that progress hopefully is always changing. Cannabis likely does have something to do with that because I think they talk about cannabis being a gateway drug, which is kind of silly because everything would be a gateway. But the one thing that happens when you smoke for the first time maybe is you open your mind. All of a sudden, all the shit that society's told us or like reefer madness is actually not real.
Yes.
You kind of just like chill out and think about life.
You start wondering what else they're lying to you about.
Yeah. Honestly, next they're going to tell me Santa Claus isn't real. It's that's interesting, but I don't know. I think there's a lot of toxic masculinity. It's not. I guess it is like it's just like they're not quite there yet. A lot of men have to grow out of it. Like, that's cool. Well, I'm not even saying men only, but I'm a women.
No, I think
it's the old West phase right now. Yeah. There's so many gray areas, and operating in gray areas, there's a lot to be done there. So,
I think a lot of people, humans in general, have a hard time empathizing with situations that they haven't dealt with individually. So I think that's one of those things where like a man just doesn't recognize what they're doing sometimes. That's because we're always, you just do this. And then you don't realize that you're stepping on toes or something like that. Those are the kind of things that I know I try to learn because intent wise, I'm not ever going to try to be an asshole, but then you just find out that you do stuff without consciously thinking about it. But I think that's what's dope about cannabis is I think it's an introspective, mind-altering substance. So you're usually looking inward and saying like, why do I feel uncomfortable right now? I mean, my theory is why people go, I don't smoke weed because I'm paranoid. It's because they probably need to fix some shit. You know, he's like, yeah, you should be nervous. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
I think everybody's looking at me. They're like, yeah, we're looking at you. Your dick's out, dude.
As it turns out, everyone's just looking at their phones or themselves. Nobody's actually looking at those around
exactly,
them.
Yeah.
Cool.
Exactly. Cool. How long have you been doing this? When did you guys start your collective?
The collective was probably in the last few months. We've had like
awesome.
An event. We're doing an infused dinner. We have another event at the end of the month. There's like 3 or 4, maybe 5 different cannabis clubs or collectives that also hold events out there. So every weekend there's a huge cannabis bash, essentially. So, I mean, how long have I been interested in cannabis?
Go ahead.
Probably, you know.
It all started when I was 16 and my friend went, hey, you want to get high?
Wait, I didn't hear. I didn't hear your answer though. Sorry. When was it?
It's probably been, I'm trying to think how old I am. This is terrible.
Yeah.
It's probably 17, 18, 19 years, somewhere in there.
Okay.
I've been interested in it, but like 7 or 8 years ago, I really got interested in the terpenes and how it could be medically beneficial for people. And I mean, just in general, like anxiety, depression, sleeping.
Yeah.
It was super important to me. Yeah.
Cool.
So I've been interested in I feel like that's all I have left, or like room left for, is like all the facts about cannabis. Because like I don't know that I care about like what else is going on. You know, it's too much around the world.
Yeah. And I do think, I mean, weirdly enough, but when you have these kind of things, you know, like these kind of giant changes, even though it might seem somewhat small, I do think that like legalizing cannabis is a giant change. I think it's going to be bigger than we think. But I think that the powers that be are
there's a big opportunity to screw it up, though. I mean,
I'm a little concerned about it.
Hope it doesn't get screwed up. I'm
a little concerned about it. Corporate America coming in. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're already there. They position themselves.
I know they are.
You know.
I know exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, go ahead. Yeah. Tell me more. Tell me what you think about that, and what things that we can do as a community to maybe like, you know, there's strength in numbers.
Well, that's kind of part of the reason for that collective as well, is like just making sure we're coming together as a team, because I have been spouting about it for years. Cannabis is like the one thing that goes across every single gender, race, religion, age. It doesn't matter, but there's like 90% of people will get on board with you, like having a conversation. I could literally have talked to so many incredible people and learned their perspective in life through cannabis. It's a fantastic thing.
I agree completely.
I worry about corporate America coming in because generally they don't want just like a piece of the pie. They want every piece of the pie.
Jeff Bezos is taking everything if he comes in.
I know. I just think that's a little too greedy, man. You don't need it all.
No, it's true. Listen, I mean, I don't know the exact answer, but I know capitalism is cancerous, and that's what our society is based off of right now. And man, weed is anti-cancerous, whatever the proper term is for that.
Literally, yeah. No,
literally. But I think people are going to try to make it. Yeah, people are going to fucking fuck with it.
Well, there's like never been a time that I mean, I'm sure there has. Within my lifetime, I've never experienced something like an entire labor market shift. And cannabis is legal at the same time, with basically, you know, it feels like a free-for-all, which is a little terrifying, but you know, we literally can just change the way the labor market is. We can change the way that we, you know, move forward regarding equality. Why don't we kind of have like a fresh start if they do it the right way?
Yeah. Well, and I know, and that's why we love having you on, and what you're doing. Like when I heard about this, I'm so glad you jumped on, because like to me in this show, when we have, I mean, a lot of it is just fucking around and silly, and we talk about dumb shit. But when we have somebody who's as integrated into the cannabis community as you are, I want any viewer to hear this to know that it's not done. Like it got legalized, but now you know, where the money goes, who gets it is, I mean, that's part of you putting your voice as to how cannabis is going to be used in the future, is who gets that money to reinvest in themselves. So like, I'm a huge fan of money going back into like communities that were historically oppressed because of their use of cannabis, like Latinos and Blacks. And so like hearing about women from you is awesome too, because that's a perspective I hadn't even thought about. But I mean, ultimately, the biggest thing is, you know, some people want to get rich. A lot of people just want to fucking live their lives and just have and just have the small businesses. We have opportunities to create small businesses and allow freedom of choice for so many people.
All over New York State would be so beautiful.
Yeah.
Go to, like, instead of vineyard, you go to a vineyard, you go to all these little craft grow places. And
New York's going to be great. Give it a few years.
It's so beautiful.
Like,
yes, it is.
Fingers crossed it will be great. I really hope it doesn't get commercialized, but I think that there's enough Buffalo, New York is literally one of the places that will not be into corporate America. Like, it's like a little Portland. I don't know. It's like a tiny little Portland, and we really are go local all the time. Like, you know, it sucks to have to go to Target.
Can I tell you, you guys take such beautiful care. I don't know if you want me to show anything on camera.
You can. I didn't put anything on there. You're good.
You guys take such beautiful care of your buds. They are packaged so beautifully. Nothing's like smashed. They smell so nice, and I'm so glad that you gave me Durban Poison.
Yeah, is that one of your favorites?
Yeah. I haven't smoked in a long time, and it's really good.
It smells good too, huh?
I want to go for a walk. Like, I'm ready to go for a walk.
Go for a quick jog.
Before we let you go, is there any, like, since you are so, especially with Buffalo, you want to give some shout outs or any, like you said, grow local? Do
you want to let
I don't want to start any drama and only point certain people out. I love the whole
Sure. Okay.
Everybody who's all about cannabis. Yeah, like that's the life we're supposed to live.
Yeah,
right?
and follow the Women's Collective on Instagram. Yeah.
What is that? Is that what the name? Yeah. What is it? I talked over you. What was the name of it? That's what I was gonna ask.
It's the Women's Cannabis Cooperative.
Thank you.
Okay. Cool.
So we are planning on getting licensing for a cooperative too. So we want to be able to do workforce development, help people get in there, because like you said, the packaging, right? Even that, it's long gone are the Ziploc baggies or the corners of a sandwich bag tied up.
Yep.
I'd love to come up and talk to you guys more sometime and like hang out with all of you and
love to have you come to Buffalo, man.
Like, you know, what you guys are doing up there. That'd be really cool.
Man, anytime you want to come to Buffalo, let me know.
I'm only 6 hours away.
Let's do it, man. Whenever.
All right, cool.
All right, it was great talking to you guys.
Yeah, really too. And I'm really proud of you. I'm really glad that you came to educate us a little bit. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Sincerely. Yeah. And best of luck to you too. Cool. We'll talk to you soon. Yeah, fuck yeah. Sweet. Oh, that's right. Thanks for coming. Cool.
Thank you so much.
See you guys.
Man. All right, cool. Good. I love this is why I didn't know why we were doing this show. I thought it was just to hang out with you more. I was bored, but this is that's the kind of shit, Jay. That's the kind of shit I want to see us do. And I'm really proud of you for finding them. And Tia was great. That was awesome. Really cool.
I forgot to ask. I just want to put that out there. They reached out to us.
Well, that's cool.
I've been following them for a little bit on since they started everything on on
the gram.
So
on the gram. Yeah. Well, good job. And that's what, man, I just love it. I do. I love this community. I love this community, and it's fun to be at the beginning of something and support people. I like it. I did forget to ask if she has sweaty under boobs. I forgot to ask her that though. I should have. I felt like we really let the audience down.
I'm gonna put it out there and just say if I do, she might.
Yeah, I think all of us. I gotta go if you're in really good shape. Yeah. Well, you gotta arch your back more, Jay. You gotta there you go. Yeah, right. You let them breathe. Let them under titties breathe. Oh man.
Oh, I got
You know what I've been watching a lot lately. I don't know if I've just. Oh, I did. I discussed this last time. I think I mentioned it. But
it's a Dabs Day miracle.
Dabs Day miracle. A Dabs Day miracle.
Everything's
very nice.
Yeah.
Oh no! Don't break stuff. I've been watching YouTube. I like watching YouTube channels of interactions with police of guys who like do First Amendment audits, or sometimes it just happens to be like a guy interacting with a cop who's recording, but then it'll go online and then this guy will address it. So like one of the YouTube channels I like is Audit the Auditor, and this guy will just comment on somebody who's already audited and tell how good of a job they did or not. You know, so it's not just grading the police and how good or bad they do. And sometimes he gives good grades. It's like he's fair. And then he also grades the people who are the civilians, right? And so check this shit out. I was watching this episode of, it wasn't him though. I think it might've been on San Joaquin. Is it San Joaquin? San Joaquin audits. He's in California, and I think it's San Joaquin something or other. Anyway, so there's this interaction. The police. Oh no, I saw this on I never watch Young Turks anymore. I don't find them very informative anymore. But this was true. So this is the point of all that. I watched this cop talking with like protesters, right? And the cop is just talking casually, pulls out his phone and starts playing Taylor Swift. He puts it back in his shirt, in his vest. He's playing Taylor Swift while he's communicating with the civilian. And it's a normal interaction. The guy's not getting arrested, but they are protesters or whatever. But he just takes out his phone, starts playing Taylor Swift and puts it away. Why, Jay? Why is he doing this? Because of YouTube copyright infringement laws. So now, once he starts playing Taylor Swift, they can't put that video out online anymore. They have to edit and cut out all the audio. And you can only...
It's happened to us before, right?
Maybe.
Last week, I think. Yeah. Or 2 weeks ago, something like that.
I think it was when we had JK on, JK Mari, and we played their video, but then I let it keep playing and there was another song. It might have been that, where it wasn't them, or maybe it was them and their shit's copyright and they, I don't know, but I think it got allowed to play anyway afterward. Anyway, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy that cops can just do that? Like, you know what I thought about is if I was to change the law, if I was running a government, I would have two sets of rules. You know how they say there's two class systems? I would say the people who are in power, politicians, people who have authority, like the cops who are, if they did something illegal, there should be even worse.
Yeah, because
charges.
they're civil servants. They're serving the public. So yeah. I get that. Yeah, I mean, but they're also human.
Human.
So
I know.
mean,
I'm not. Yeah,
I
but
mean,
if you have like
if you're had like a good opportunity and it's never been like exactly legal.
No. I do illegal stuff all the time. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like if a cop, like you could do a mistake trying to do your job best, right?
Yes.
Cool. I understand that.
Like, if I was pulled over with, for smoking weed 2 years ago and the cop shot me, No,
I'm saying just as simple as like, all right, so so I'll give you a minor example. A cop arrests you, and when you get your wallet back the next day when you're coming out of jail, and you find your money missing, right? Like that guy, that's not like a minor offense, that shouldn't just be some kind of petty larceny or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Or all right, so I'll give a bigger example. Say like those senators who were supposed to look into coronavirus a year and a half ago, back in like January of 2020, and they didn't make any big issue about it in America, but yet they also sold their stocks or did some kind of insider trading shit. Those people, I forgot the names of but they still have their jobs. Like those people still have their jobs, and they did something pretty illegal. Or all right, so like Matt Gaetz, right, who like takes an underage girl across the border, or at least right now, allegedly, right? If that guy does something, he shouldn't just lose his, like, first off, he should just lose his job like that. I mean, you got to go through due process, but like, how is this guy still have a fucking job? But then it's like, it shouldn't just be a slap. It should be at least double, or, you know, these fines, you've got millions of dollars and you have some job. I mean, you have some corporation like fucking cigarettes, and they spend millions and millions of dollars of keeping weed illegal. And now all of a sudden it's legal, and they're also the ones who are positioned best to profit on it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is a less funny. This is a less funny show and more of a fucking political act. But I'm, you know, yeah. I'm just. I get nuts.
We do it sometimes.
So you have the same. So it's that hypocrisy of like a cop pulling somebody over and going, "Hey, can I go through your car?" And you're like, "No, I don't feel comfortable." He's like, "Well, if you don't have anything illegal, then why are you worried?" Well, then why are you worried about us recording you? Like, why are you doing, oh, it's fine, you can record us, but now you're like actively looking to suppress information because, you know, by paying Taylor Swift? Don't get Taylor Swift involved. She's a good girl. Kanye already fucked with her a decade ago. She's unstoppable. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Don't get Taylor Swift.
Oh.
You know, yellow is the happiest color. You're wearing stone and morning. You know, yellow is supposedly the happiest of all colors.
That's why I picked it. Like, nobody got it. Nobody got it except you, brother. I love it.
I like it. Yeah. Good job.
Everybody else wanted like black or gray, and I'm just like, those are cool colors.
They are. Well, black and gray aren't
but
colors,
yellow's
I guess,
happy.
technically.
The sun's yellow. The sun's always out.
Technically, yeah. Isn't the sun white?
I don't know. It's probably white hot. Yeah.
And then we see it through, you know, the horizon. I mean, the atmosphere. The atmosphere.
Yeah, that's it.
If really you think
nice.
Do you think you'll ever go to space?
Yeah. Probably not. I don't think in my lifetime. Like, I was listening to that whole thing about who is it? The Virgin guy. What's his name? I forgot. Richards or whatever. Richardson's. I don't know.
I don't think he's a virgin.
Yeah. No, definitely not. But I was listening to him about like explaining the price, and he's like, "Yeah, he's like, only rich people will be able to go now." He goes, but in the 20s, that's how, like, you know, air travel was, you know.
Cell phones in the 80s. Yeah, sure.
But he goes, as time comes and they corporatize it and everything more, he goes, the price will drop, and it drops and drops, and then it'll just be like everyday travel.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't think I don't see why I'd ever have to travel to the space every day, but I know you. Yeah.
I want to work at the first gas station in space. I have aspirations.
Sure. I think, we're talking now, say, like, we should probably live for like another 30, 40 years, right? You know, at worst, hopefully I can make another like 50 or 60 years. You think, I feel like, I don't know if I'd go like get a vacation in space. Maybe they won't have a space station, but maybe they just have like flights that you do for a day. Like you go up and you do
we're going to Mars eventually. So the moon's going to be a big gas station. That's what I'm guessing.
Yes. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh, did you ever see the technology? Because the biggest thing of fuel is like just getting out of the atmosphere, right? So then they had this idea where they'll have like a space station that's tethered to Earth, and you just have to take an elevator up. However way they're going to do that, you know what you ever see that? Jay, you still there with me?
I'm sorry, I was reading something real quick.
Oh, good. All right, cool.
Unstable.
What were you reading? What?
No, everybody was just texting me all at once.
all right.
Jared Wilder might come on for a sec and
All right, cool.
talk about tonight. So,
Cool.
or last night.
Well, do you want to tell me, since you're distracted, do you want to tell me about who's performing tonight, or any of the guests that might be there?
Oh yeah. So we have Anya Jones is going to be performing. She's a really good friend of Stoner Morning Show. She's been on there. She's been on Dope Laughs. What else? So we're also having Big T's going to be on.
Ooh, yep.
He is not only a comedian. He's also the master baker at Bake What Your Mama Gave You, and also THC TV with Big T.
Jay, you've been a master baker before. You got caught masturbating, right?
I
you
did
get caught masturbating. Nice.
Muffins and bagels.
Very nice.
Uh-huh.
What else? What else you got?
Oh my God! And I got to see him last night, and I got to hang out with him. I'm so happy he stopped by. He's going to be in the house tomorrow.
Who's he?
He's going to be performing some music. I'm trying to get to it. I'm building. I'm like hyping.
This is too much of a prefix.
Precious Gorgeous. Is going to be performing music. It's going to be awesome. I feel like that's everybody. We went less people and more time this time. So good. I know last time we had like, we just wanted to shove the whole thing in there because we were really excited. And we didn't know if we'd be able to do it, if it was going to be as successful as it was. So, but this will be a regular thing. This is great. Yeah, this definitely wants to be a regular thing, and we'll travel. Have us to your theater.
Yeah, man. The quicker people start booking more shows in America is the quicker I come back so I can do shows, because that's all I'm about.
Come to America.
Jay, what do I have there besides cannabis? I mean, I have you.
Me?
Yeah, I know. You're enough. Jay, you're enough.
I'm enough.
You're enough.
Enough.
Do we have our guest? I mean, is he late, or did we miss him coming into the waiting room?
Late. That's why I was checking, because people were messaging me. But I think Jared Wilder might be coming on right now.
Okay.
As soon as he gets it. I know he texted me that a while ago, but we'll see. We're
Maybe
also Dion from 420 B&B. He'll be in the house tonight. He was going to stop in and just talk to us a little bit. He's been on the show. I think he was on the one of our 24-hour shows. He also sponsored that show too. So, they're a great service. They have
it's Airbnb, but cannabis safe. Yep.
Pretty much up and down the West Coast right now. They're looking to go, like, I guess. Oh, actually, I think they have gone worldwide. But I mean, in America, they've got like 420 places where you can order like your own like stuff to the B&B to like be there and everything, like right when you show up. I seen this bong in this other advertisement that you had, and I want to smoke out of that. And so they'll send it there and everything, and make sure you're all hooked up and everything and ready to go. Yeah, and these are all in like just spots all across up and down the East Coast and the world.
Yeah. No, it's a great idea. I think. I mean, I don't think it's ever going to surpass Airbnb, but
there's a market. I know. I can see it.
But there's a market. There's a niche. There's a niche that could be. I think I know this. I'm going to use it. I'm going to go cannabis Airbnb. What's the right website?
I do believe I know the Instagram is Vibes B&B.
Okay. Yeah. So, Vibes B&B. Cool. Yeah. For sure.
And it's
what are you doing?
Joint community.
Joint community. I think you should do more boxing since I can't get boxing.
I eat stuff. I'm really hungry.
Did you say that again? You were choppy.
That got stuff in front of you, and you're like, because you said you have no weed, and mine is. I'm sitting here smoking it all.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little jealous. In fact, I feel like I'm going to smoke resin out of my shitty bong because I just want something.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought I was going to go to, I'm so fried. My days have become muddled because I'm in lock-in mode. And so I've been forgetting that today's Friday, like I don't have my normal schedule even happening now. Now it's all a blur. And I forgot today. So I was supposed to do Raw podcast. We usually do it on Friday, but I actually said, hey, let's do it tomorrow night, thinking tomorrow night was Friday. And so they're doing Raw podcast tonight. And I thought maybe I'd get weed. And then I was going to get weed then, but I don't. But no.
That's
yeah, because now I might dream today. What?
Can we talk about Buddy in Bangkok? What's going on with that? I know nothing's going on with that right now, but did you guys film anything else since we talked last?
Thank you for asking. Yeah, but it's a little stalled because I'm doing all the post-production stuff and I'm not particularly efficient at it. But there's a little bit of hang up. We have 4 basically recorded episodes, but I have to put them together. But by us, he's going. Brian Aylward, AYLWARD, comic in Canada. He's going home. He's touring in Canada at the beginning of I think August.
Oh wow, nice.
And so he's flying back in the next week or two because he has to quarantine coming home. And so we recorded a whole bunch of episodes, and now I have too much memory space on my laptop for me to move it, like transfer it into my editing software, because then it doubles. And so I just have too much. I'm waiting for an external hard drive so I can move shit off of my laptop. I have some stuff on the cloud, but that's just too slow for editing. So I'm waiting for my external hard drive, and then it probably will come out at the end of this month. So we had to, we had some things scheduled, but now we're waiting. But it is, man, it's, I'll tell you, it's sad. It's more satisfying than I thought, not being in front of the camera and still being part of a project like this. Like I get to be artistic and creative and fun. In fact, you know what? Did you watch the last episode we did?
Was that the mall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope, right?
Yeah, it was. So
it's
beautiful.
Super silly.
It made me want to go out and almost buy a GoPro.
Oh no. I didn't film on a GoPro.
You did?
So don't do it. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, that mall is ridiculous. There's a mall in Bangkok called Icon Siam, and it is one of the more beautiful buildings I've ever been. It's said that it's a giant capitalist church, but it is pretty spectacular. Pretty spectacular. And and then we tried to make it look fun too, because we're comics and not travel bloggers. If nobody's ever seen it or want to see that, it's under, I think it's only on his YouTube page. It's not like Buddy in Bangkok page. Maybe you have to go to Brian Aylward Comedy.
Can see if we can, if he wants to maybe repost some stuff on the Stoner Morning Show website.
Yeah, I'll ask him if I could do that. I mean, I don't see why he would. I know. I'm gonna, try to start when he leaves. After I finish editing all the stuff that I have to, then I'm gonna start trying to work on some personal projects a little bit more. And one of those things is just like grabbing some stuff that I've done with him, or like B-roll kind of stuff of me talking and interacting, and maybe throwing it up there just to show us interacting more. I know in the next episode. Or I don't know if it's the next episode coming out that we have scheduled, because I haven't really, like I said, I'm clusterfucked with it. But I actually think I might be in front of the camera once or twice in the next episode or two.
Exciting.
So, yeah, man, it's fun. We're doing silly stuff too. It's not just like walking around. Like I'm playing with the genre. I'm trying to come at it from different angles every episode, so you don't know what the we're gonna say next. Oh, and you know what? I want to give a shout out to Steve at the podcast, because he had it in the next. I don't know when he's going to release it, in the next week or 2 or 3, and we'll shout him out again. But he's been on Steve Fingerstyles, but I got to do his podcast, this morning. I woke up early for that. That was dope. That was fun. I think
he's a really cool guy. When he interviewed me, it was just really. Oh, Dion's here. Sorry, we're all getting.
Oh, cool. Good. Let him in. Dude, it only flashes up for a second on mine. You said that. I looked down and then it. All right. DeAndre, you're on? Hey, what's up, brother? What's good?
What's up, brother? How you doing? Long time no see. You're in New York, right?
Yeah, man, I'm in New York. I'll be there at the show tonight.
Nice.
Sorry I'm late. I know I was supposed to be here at 11.
No, don't sweat it. It works out. Jay was just reading.
Yeah.
How's talk about the Cannabis B&B. How's it going since last we visited? Last we saw you was April, I think.
Well,
April around, yeah.
You guys can hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, it's been going really well, man. 133 properties now across 17 states.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Before I only had about 30, so I've gotten about 100 now since then.
Dude, that's
And you guys are on an app now? You guys have an app, or is that coming out?
Yeah, it's out now. When is the last time I spoke to you guys?
April,
this is
in
all
the middle of April.
All pre when you had. I think you still had 30 something. No, you had a couple more, but
yeah.
It wasn't. After that I started seeing you hooking up with someone and throwing these big parties about stuff and everything, and there was news, and then and then there was the mention of an app. So
So
tell us about the project more.
So we launched the app on 420. Obviously, we had to hit that day.
That's right.
And did a big launch party, and then ever since then we just been hitting some of the marketing efforts on Instagram and Facebook and Clubhouse. I've been finding mostly people from Clubhouse.
Oh, sweet, smart. It was actually one of my questions. My next question was going to be something to the effect of like, who's the people that you want to get in front of most? Who's your target of people that you need to talk to help grow?
So we're targeting like super hosts on Airbnb and property managers and people who do cannabis friendly rentals, or anybody who wants to find like a 420 friendly roommate. If you have like an extra room for rent, then the 420 B&B app, will be an app that you can go to be able to list your place up for rentals.
So if they're looking for some kind of secondary income, like a little side thing, and they're cannabis friendly already, or they just recognize that there's a niche market to that, that's somebody that could reach out to you and say, "Hey, we're looking to be a host." And then, on the right, am I right with that? Is that what you're kind of saying? But the good money, like the bigger, if anybody knows anybody, or if they are already property managers or something, that's where you're going to get some some bigger contacts, right? I guess
our initial acquisition strategy is to target people who already do what we're trying to teach people, which is just who are cannabis friendly, right?
Yes.
And then in the long term, we want people to be able to buy a real estate and then open up cannabis friendly resorts and hotels and spas and all types of things, because you'll be able to find a marketplace where you can find users to come and pay for those services.
Yeah, you'll already have that. Yeah, you already have users set up.
Talk to the girls from Buffalo tonight. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, introduce them. Yeah, introduce them. But I mean, not that who knows if they own property, but I mean, connections are. Yeah, that's what we have to. Connections are all about, especially in this community.
Burning question I have right now: Do you have any properties in New York City right now?
Yeah. So if you go on the app, you download it, and you type in New York, you'll actually see about 3 properties that pop up, and I'm staying in one of them right now. Actually, I'm here.
Okay.
At my host, so I'm staying in his property.
Cool. Cool. Well, get him to come to the show tonight too. That'll be dope.
Yeah.
If possible.
Yeah, I got 2 teammates here that flew in with me, and I got about 4 other people that are here to see me as well. So they'll be coming.
Sweet. Good. I hope you guys have a good time. I won't be there, but yeah, and then maybe next time if we have an event, or anytime we have an event, maybe that we should have some kind of, if anybody's visiting, that might be smart, Jay. Actually, we'll talk about that after,
Yeah.
but yeah, connect with you. Maybe we'll be able to work something out where if we have guests coming in. Yeah.
So I'm doing a big Rolling Loud party in Miami on July 22nd. That's the big one that I'm throwing right now. So you guys are welcome to come down to Miami if you like. I'll put you in a place. You can come celebrate with me. It's gonna be 20 cannabis vendors. It's gonna be artists and creatives and business leaders and industry professionals.
When is this?
July 22nd. It's called Roll Your Loud Cannabis Conference.
I think we have to be in Cleveland on July 25th. We're doing a huge backyard show with bands, and like we're hosting that. It sucks. Well, it doesn't suck.
No. But we'll keep you. We should, or keep us in mind if ever we got to. But it's a good that'd be good. So man, that's a 500% growth in like 3-4 months, right around there. If you were April and now you got 130 locations and you had started at 30, that's like that's 500% growth. That's awesome.
Bro, I've been going hard. I've been going super hard. I wake up at 6 a.m. and I don't go to bed until like 2 a.m. and all I'm doing is clubhouse and promotion and talking to people. Now I'm trying to focus on automation, how to take myself out of that and
sure.
able to automate the process now.
I have a burning question. I dabble in cryptocurrency. Is there going to be any way in the future that you could pay for your shit in crypto?
So my investor, the one that's in charge of the software department, he's actually actively looking into that right now. We're trying to build a way for people to pay with crypto for B&B stays, and then be able to buy your bud as well, so that it's not against basically being able to purchase a B&B, but then also buy bud with it via cryptocurrency. That's still early stage though, but it's something.
Sure. Yeah. Why not? Yeah.
But it's exciting though, because, and like I said, we just partnered with a new this company called Weedsies, and they're in Miami. So they basically drive around and sell bud out of their truck via the medical dispensaries. So it's going to be a really cool application that we have. It's going to be like how like when you order an Uber, it has like
Uber Eats.
Yep. So we're going to have it so in the app, if you're somewhere in the city, you'll be able to hit like a request button, and then these trucks are going to be able to see where people are requesting bud to be, and then the bud trucks are going to come to that location. So there's a lot of cool things that we're coming out, but like we said, just now it's automation. I got to figure out how to take myself out of all this. Yeah,
man, it's a lot of that's always a challenge. But man, I'm really proud of you too. This is an inspiring episode, and I'm excited for you. What are do you have any partnerships now that you're like, you just mentioned one? What was the name? Can you say the name of that company that's in Miami? What was it? Weedsies. Yeah, Weedsies. Yeah. Any other cool partnerships or that you've come across in your new venture that you're excited about, or maybe want to just educate us on?
Yeah. So and actually, this is something that I did want to say. So we're going to be rebranding the name to be more general. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to be calling ourselves Vibes B&B now instead of 420. Yes. What it's going to be is it's going to be more acceptable to investors, because we're trying to focus on good vibes with people and positive energy, as opposed to putting 420 in people's face so much.
Sure.
A lot of the hosts that I have, a lot of them think it's, like I said, smoking on the inside all the time. And it's not exactly that. So we're trying to focus more on a general aspect called vibes, where you can catch a vibe at the location.
Yeah, we saw that on your Instagram already.
Oh yeah, you saw. Yeah. You followed it, right? You followed the new channel. Yeah. Yep. So that's what that is. It's a rebrand of 420 B&B, but we still have the 420 B&B, but we're going to only put that as a marketing effort, but the company name Vibes though.
Nice.
Outside of that, Mount Lock, so that's our micro mobility solution partner. So the personal scooters that'll be at the B&Bs when you get there,
Yes.
She's working on launching her company where you can list any amenity like a boat or a scooter or a kayak as an amenity on her app and charge guests that come to your house to use it. So imagine if you had like if you wanted to rent your car out to somebody, you could list it on her application and then be able to accept money through it. That's basically what she does.
Cool.
Let me see. We have BET is going to be coming to the event on July 22nd.
Oh, cool.
So
Okay.
Gotta connect with BET. So they're gonna do a joint partnership with us and be at the event and have like celebrity speakers coming. So that's pretty exciting.
That is cool. Very cool. Very cool. Nice, man.
Let me see what else. My nonprofit sponsor, Empowering People Foundation. They're gonna be there. They're a wealth building program that helps people build Amazon and Walmart stores and create six-figure incomes.
Okay.
I have OSS Entertainment, which is our entertainment advisor, which focuses on getting all of our entertainment together. And those are just a few.
Dude, man, what do you eat? What's your diet like? You got so much energy. What the fuck? It's crazy.
He eats raw sun.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Pasta and hamburgers. That's it.
That don't make sense. You're confusing me now. That's cool. What was your initial experience with cannabis when you were a kid? Like how was it? What was your viewpoint of weed when you were a kid, and has it changed since?
So I did a lot of from until the age of like 24, I didn't even know what cannabis was. I actually got introduced to it when I moved down here to Florida at 22. Mm-hmm. But I didn't touch it because it was always looked at as a bad thing for me. My dad, my parents, hey, don't smoke. But then as I began to educate myself and I see that, the world has kind of opened up towards it, I began to be a curious individual when I got to college. My very first experience was hotboxing in a car. And it had kind of shocked my senses because I became delirious, and really freaked out. I thought life was done for me when I first smoked.
Yeah, I broke my brain.
My brain started spinning, and I just didn't understand what was going on until I learned a little bit after that you have to microdose when you try new stuff. Sure.
Good. That's good advice.
And then when I smoked with my friends, I recommend whenever you smoke with somebody new, please make sure you give them a how-to guide, because it's better if you tell them how to actually smoke properly instead of just letting me. I think in the hot box, I was in the car and we didn't roll the windows down. And I just started laughing uncontrollably for like 2 minutes when I first started smoking. And then after that, I quit for 2 years because it kind of a little bit of a crazy experience. But then I learned how to handle it, and then I realized that it actually helps me calm down now and reduce my anxiety. But,
Agreed. For me, same. In fact, I had relatively similar. I think when I first smoked, I didn't smoke for years after that until I think my first real couple of experiences with cannabis, I was drinking alcohol beforehand. And so that's always it's not the same experience, so it was relatively negative. But then smoking it as an adult was way better. Way better.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
man,
what did you say?
I'm sorry. I was about to say, you just flashed me back. You look like, you also remind me of Tiki Barber. We were talking about sports players before, and you just got, I don't know if it's a pencil mustache with a shaved head or what, but maybe it's a nice fashion sense of he's always well dressed. He got that nice shirt, but just remind me of
man, I'm gonna come in there full blown suit and everything.
Yeah. I love it.
That's why
This guy's business. I'm in Thailand still. I'm riding this Thailand shit. Yeah. When we met before, I've been here now almost 2 years, I think. But I didn't think I'd be here so long, and I was just gonna ride this Corona shit out. But man, I'm bugging out lately. Yeah, I'm just shit ain't normal still. And now, before when you guys were all locked in, also, it didn't feel as exciting. But now everybody's doing shit, and I'm like, I want to go, and I want to go have fun.
Part of the reason why I think I've been getting so much interest in these properties is because people are looking for new ways to make money now, because COVID reset the world, reset the template. And now, people are opening up to new forms of making money and passive income. Cryptocurrency is hot right now. Cannabis is hot right now. You got, I found out about this, the Bitcoin mining thing that they're doing now.
Yes.
With GPUs. I've never even heard of that, but I'm still looking into a lot of those things. But, so now I think that, making money by renting to cannabis friendly folks is something that probably everybody's been doing already. But now there's a way to capitalize that and turn it into a marketplace now.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm excited, man. And I'm still young, so
dude.
So I'm ready to hit these next 10 years, man.
Yeah, man, hustle. I love it. It's inspiring and it's dope. And the guest we had before you, we were talking about. She's partnered with like a collective up in Buffalo for females about cannabis, and that's one of those things when we're talking about. I think that's why we're attracted to the crypto space, the Stoner Morning Show boys, and cannabis in general too. Is there new industries that have obviously there's a huge opportunity for growth in those places, but with that comes also, if you're at the beginning, being a founding, part of the foundation, right, of establishing how that community interacts with each other. So yeah, there's a real opportunity to bring some of the things that we see are negative parts of our society and removing those and putting in some more healthy ways of working with each other, right?
Yeah, I see. And another reason why we rebranded to Vibes is because shrooms are actually becoming like an actual thing now, and that's something that me, because I didn't realize that.
I could go to your place.
No, it's going to be the next push.
Go to Florida and shroom.
Yeah,
I've already shroomed out.
So so when I was talking with my partners, everybody was talking about this shroom thing. I actually bought the domain shroombnb.com. So
beautiful.
Point, we might have that as a alternative option for people to go do psychedelics with people. At that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What a great thing.
In a safe space.
Yeah, I was going to say, even more so than cannabis, you need a safe space for some psychedelia. Yeah.
Exactly.
Very smart. Good.
And cannabis together,
they're already married together. Yeah, dude.
There's going to be a market of people who will like that, right?
Sure, I do.
I tried my first shroom like about 2 weeks ago, and I felt.
Oh, congratulations!
I felt a lot of good energy, and I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
that's what you feel. I didn't know it just gives you, like energy and stuff.
Yeah, I'll tell you, because I'm more a fan of. I do it a lot less, but I love shrooms, and we talked about it last week, but like I went through a little bit of a depression and a little funkiness of being cooped up, and then I realized I had shrooms on me, and I was like, oh, let me take some shrooms, and I just did a little bit of a microdosing, and man, like I haven't felt as good as since the beginning of Corona. It was a reconnect, and so that's cool, man. Tell me, tell me about your experience, like how.
And
did you do it with somebody else for the first time?
I did.
You got to.
I didn't want to make the same mistake from cannabis, so
sure.
Some knowledge about how to safely microdose first. So that's one of the first things, obviously, is just learning how to take, I guess, mind-altering substances.
Yeah.
Do your research first so you can understand what the effect will be on your body.
Yeah.
So,
can I ask how many grams did you take? What was your dosage?
I think it was
1.5, maybe small. If it's small,
1 or 2 grams, I think.
Okay. Yeah. So did you get the giggles? Did you get the just enough to? Yeah.
I started smiling, and then I started feeling like I started feeling happy for some reason. So it was pretty cool.
Some reason. It was the shoot. Yeah.
I mean, because I didn't expect.
No, I know.
Fast. They told me like 30 minutes, but after like 10 minutes, I started feeling it.
Okay. Cool.
Then
go ahead. No, tell me more.
I'm gonna end up doing some more here in New York when I come to the show.
Oh, very nice. Good. All right, cool.
Right before I come in.
All right, very nice.
Yeah.
I know for me, I did the same thing as to like, I did a lot of research, but I didn't microdose. I dove headfirst into the pool. And I don't think that was a negative thing either, but I was aware of like creating a safe space where I wouldn't, and for me, I didn't like interacting with people too. I don't, when I'm really high, but I mean, I'll usually do like 5 grams. I'll go for like what Terrence McKenna describes as a heroic dose. So I'll usually do at least 5 grams. But when I did it like the other time, I only did probably what you did. Very little amount. I just wanted to touch on it. If you're into shrooms now and you want to learn, I'll throw the name by you. His name is Paul Stamets. Stamets. Paul Stamets. And I'm sorry?
Can you put it in the chat for me?
Sure. If Jay, can you do that for me? Because I don't know if I can do it from here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Paul Stamets. And he's like the world leading.
Might not be spelled right.
Stamets. Paul Stamets. And he's a world leading mycologist.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't talk about psychedelics. I mean, he just talks about mushrooms in general. He had a great podcast with Joe Rogan, where they talk about the healing properties, mentally of psilocybin mushrooms in particular, how they help reconnect or regrow neural pathways, and so, when I think about, that's what kind of popped in my head when I was going through my mental stresses and anxieties, and thinking about, oh, well, it naturally connects you. And I think as the world goes farther and we become disconnected with technology, but then connected, but not as physical, I really think that shrooms is something that we need to promote as a society, of just because there is an overwhelming feeling of love and connection, So as you go through this experience with and your relationship with psilocybin, I'm curious to know eventually, like, I hope it develops into as much of a love as I have.
Oh, is this him?
Oh, that's Paul Stamets.
Oh, is that a mushroom?
Yeah.
That is, yeah. That is one of those ones that grow on the sides of trees.
I never heard him say it. My guess is he was probably, like a teenager or in his 20s, tripping balls in the 60s, and then he fell in love with psychedelia, and then he fell in love with mushrooms. But he just loves mushrooms as an entity,
Yeah, okay, I see.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Something, it's so funny because I didn't know what mushrooms were until I started seeing people say, hey, I want to, these things need to be legalized. And they're talking about all of the medicinal aspects of mushrooms now. And I really thought I thought it was just kind of like something people take to just have, like, to alter their vision. Because that's what my experience is that it just alters your vision. And I didn't really like stuff messing my reality. I remember people talking about like frogs popping out of the random thin air and stuff. And I was like,
sure. Yeah. Me too. I was scared of that too. Yeah.
Then as I continue to get older, now I guess there's been a medical aspect to where it actually does help you now. Just like cannabis. It's kind of following the same thing as cannabis now.
Yeah. So, and it's natural. It to me, it's like that's a natural thing that we found, our ancestors found useful, and for some reason we, put a prohibition on it. And I honestly think it was probably out of either lack of knowledge and fear of what it was.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. But also, I think in some ways control.
Yeah, I think lack of knowledge and ignorance is always why things get like banned, like hemp.
Yeah.
So I was wondering why hemp was banned. And then I just realized that because of the paper mills, they didn't want something competing with them. That's the only reason it was banned.
Mm-hmm. So that's it.
Now, as I educate myself, this really was about just money and people's business.
Yep, that's it. Dude, it was straight up. I mean, marijuana they didn't call it marijuana back then. It was just hemp.
Yeah.
And maybe cannabis. But I mean, marijuana is a scary Mexican word, It's like, brown people were using it. Yeah.
But I guess what it teaches me now is it teaches me not to just listen to the media all the time, but also to do my own research. And just because media says something's bad
Yes.
I think there's paid dollars in people's pocket to run certain narratives.
Completely agree. Yeah. Yep.
So
Completely
now
agree.
learn my own research about things and then take, have my own opinion and then try, be more creative with things and try stuff out.
Yeah. That's good advice. I'm glad that you're doing that. And that's, yeah, I agree. In fact, I would go so far as I find as I get older, the things that I'm scared of most is what it's almost like a barometer or a compass of where to navigate my life towards. Because if I'm scared, it's probably because I don't know about it. And so at least if anything, I get to learn something new. But when you learn something new, you also get new thoughts and new perspective. And from there, you get new ideas.
That is how the 420 B&B Vibes B&B brand came along. It's because
there it is. Good.
Everybody was scared of smokers being in their house because they felt like, oh, they're going to damage my property and be a nuisance to my neighbors, when really they were some of the most chillest people on earth.
Exactly right.
If not better than the people who travel, regularly through Airbnb anyway,
Yep.
I've been doing it 5 years and I've never had a problem with the people who come and just smoke because they're there and they fall asleep or just watch Netflix all day.
Just want to chill out. Yeah. Just want to chill and relax.
Yeah. Chill and vibes. That's all it is,
Yeah.
Or if they really have a cool backyard, I'd love to smoke in like cool surroundings like that. So
yeah.
Oh well, I'll tell you, man. When you start playing with shrooms too, I'll just say if this takes off and people are, I mean, I know if I had a house, I would totally have a chill out room. I would definitely have a room where it might be an office where I have my desk, but it would also be a place where if I took some shrooms, I could just relax, listen to some good music, maybe see some good visuals, and just fucking enjoy myself.
Let the shroom.
And how great would it be if you went to a guy's house? So you set it up like you would want it, and you get to. That's one of those things you get to share that to somebody. It's an expression of love and hospitality, and showing like this will be something you're going to enjoy this beautiful space, which is really nice.
Exactly, and that's why we call it Vibes B&B, because you can host your own vibe, right? Because everybody has their own individual vibe. Come catch a vibe at Deon's house or the Stoner Morning Show's house. You have a lot of different vibes that you can create because experiences are what you make it, right? It can be cannabis, it can be shrooms, it can be anything that you want it to be, and then being able to have a marketplace where you can find that type of experience, I think that is going to be profitable in the future.
I think so too. Yeah, and connecting people on honestly a little bit more of an intimate relationship, and as opposed to just sitting in a hotel.
Exactly.
I love it.
Right.
Go ahead.
And I think people are trying to shy away from hotels because they just want more of a personalized experience, and you get to connect with a local, and that's always a better experience when you travel.
Agreed. Yeah. And then I'll just throw this out. I know people running out of time, but also just the fact, and we were talking about this with Tia from the Women's Collective, is you're putting back money into the local, so do you want to go buy a Snickers bar at 7-Eleven or your bodega? Go to the fucking bodega. Go to somebody that you could have a relationship with. You're not putting money into the corporations, but into the individuals who need it the most. So this is something also that you're helping individuals out, making smaller, life changes that could actually help them increase their lives. So I love everything about it. And you as an individual are inspiring because I see you working so hard. So thank you very much for sharing.
I'm sorry. There it is.
No, good, Jay. Good.
Thank you, guys. Welcome to Vibes B&B, ladies and gentlemen. Cannabis lodging experience marketplace where users can find 420-friendly experiences all over the world. It's not just 420, but it's also a vibe, and you can find any type of vibe. Explore the world, and it's a joint community. So we're connecting users all over the world and inviting them to come catch a vibe at the Vibes B&B.
All right.
And
Deontae, thank you so much. Oh, go.
My bad. The last thing I do want to say is that I believe that the sharing economy is going to be something. The sharing economy is going to be something that connects a lot of people throughout the next couple of years, just like Uber, just like Airbnb, just like Turo, just like a lot of these home asset sharing services. We're nothing but another asset sharing service where specific people can come and enjoy their time. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to send a bunch of people your way.
All right.
Yeah, you're a great ambassador for your brand, but as a human, you're a good dude, man. I'm glad you're coming to the show. Hang out with Sean. He said it's his love. That's So he'll introduce you to some people, Jay, too. Have a great time in New York, man. Thanks for joining us again, and we'll check in on you soon. Yeah,
appreciate you guys having me yet again. This is always fun. Feel free to, anytime you need me to come on, just let me know.
Yeah, for sure. Next time we're gonna fuck around with you though. We're gonna have some fun instead of just we gotta. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna have some fun.
We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna take some shots.
Yeah,
no, figure it out. It'll.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, I know you're wilding out. So we gotta get you. Yeah. I love that smile. All right, Deontae. Thank you very much, man. Have a great time.
All right, brother. Have a
See
good
you,
one.
brother.
Bye.
Good job. Thanks, Jay. I'll tell you, we're wrapping up. Well, we got 5 minutes, but the only thing about this show I didn't like is that I missed Sean. But this was a really good episode. This is fun. I like that I talked more than I ever talked during a show, and I like that about me.
Yeah, I like I like hearing you talk. It's good.
Yeah. No, this is good because it's one of those things. Sometimes we get silly, and I love that. Obviously, that's what we do when we're alone. But on the show, just spreading love and sending people good energy and vibes. I hope everybody recognizes that. What?
We're starting a community, man. This is it.
We're part of it. We're helping start it. Yeah, we're helping start one, and I love it, and it's good. I'm excited you're back in New York, in the city. Yo,
I'll try to live stream with you if I can later.
Yeah. So what time is it? What time are you guys doing it? The show is at what time tonight in New York?
It was at 7:00 tonight. You
Okay.
can still get. There might be. I can neither confirm nor deny if there are a bunch of tickets on the still up. So go to
Eventbrite.
Go to Eventbrite and procure your ticket. And
Stoner Morning Show.
Really cool people. Really cool.
What's the venue? Name of the venue?
Producers Club.
All right.
We're gonna have a lot of fun people there, and it's gonna be
Producers Club. What's the street? Do you know the street off the top of your head?
I think it's 43rd or 44th between 7th or 9th and 8th.
So in Manhattan. And if you don't know, and you're watching it, obviously you're on Stoner, like one of our platforms. So like you can just message us. I might be sleeping, but Jay will respond to help you get there.
Hit me up.
Yeah. I love you, Jay. Hey, Jay. 10 years ago. All right. Last question, Jay. When we were kids, so we could go 25 years ago. 25 years ago, we're hanging out in the back of Dave Wynn's apartment. And would you ever guess that this is our lives now?
No, never. I would have never thought that cannabis could have taken me this far in life so far. And and I'm only going even further. I'm going to be working with a potential licensed grower over the next couple of months. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for you on that. I'm sure you're going to have some dope pitch. Oh, you know what? Pitch this, Jay. Oh, wait, I'll say my plugs, and then I want you to talk about your NFTs. Raw Comedy Asia. There's podcasts out all the time. You could look at that on Facebook and YouTube. My friends Chris Ralphhausen, Justin St. Denis, and Rick Diaz are all co-hosts with that. And also Buddy in Bangkok, which I always pitch and we talked about. Brian Aylward, if you're in Canada, look up his dates. He's touring under the Best Kind comedy tour. So if you want to see some awesome stand-up, he's performed with some really good comics. Mike Lynch, Colin, I forgot his last name, and Brian Aylward. All right, Jay, you have art. You take pictures, and you have NFTs.
Yeah, I put up NFTs on OpenSea. So
to purchase, right?
Go purchase some crypto and then or some Ethereum and then buy some NFTs from me and do whatever you want with them.
Yeah, but I mean, not you're saying it so you say it so humbly, but you are really good. You're a really good artist. You're making some really cool psychedelic pictures, man. It's really dope. If you don't follow, if you're watching Stoner Morning Show and you don't follow JQ's Instagram, what is it? Just JQ, right? The letter JQUE.
It's just my name, Jason Cunis. But yeah, I think you could look up JQ and that'll come up too.
Yeah, or follow it under Stoner Morning Show and see his pictures are legitimately not jokes. They are really good art.
Thank you, brother.
It's really good. It's really good, man. I really love that.
Gambler, but thank you.
Yeah, I know you think that. And so that just means you're only going to get better, which means that these NFTs are only going to accrue in value. But it's not about money. I don't think you were doing this before this was even a thing that you knew about. And so I'm excited for you to maybe, if anything, just get some kind of recognition for your work. But I love it when when I'm going through my Instagram and just seeing, I don't follow anybody who's not friends with me or somebody who's making me entertain. But I am always happy to see your artwork on my feed.
Thank you.
I'd like it on my wall someday if I had a wall that I owned. Or listen, man, you know what you could do? I'll throw this by you. We just had Deontae. If they start having good vibes, you could start maybe putting some vibes in other people's houses. I'll just throw that by you right now.
I'll throw some of my vibes there. Boom.
All right. We just did it. Another Stoner Morning Show in the can. Guys, last thing I'll say is a call to action. If you do love us and know what we're trying to do, understand what kind of idea this show is, and just one friend, I'm just going to ask for one friend this time. You send a link to this show to a friend and just say, give these guys a chance, because I hope you see that it's not just something that we love doing, but we love meeting more people who are like-minded and just showing love where we need it right now. We need love and connection and also going back to the roots of building communities and connections of people who really need it,
And come out New York City.
Yeah.
We're giving away free stuff tonight, and we're gonna have weed there and lots of people having fun and laughing. So
yeah,
if you don't like laughing, don't show up.
Yeah, sure. All right, Jay, you can end this for us, right?